So it's the early 20th century. You've got more money than sense. What do? You've built your lakes, you built your bridge. Well, you go to Cheddar Gorge, you get some rocks, and you build your own mini Cheddar Gorge. Hi there, I'm Steve, and this is another Sussex Map Mystery. Today I'm up on Ashdown Forest at a place called Chelwood Vachery. Chelwood being the local place, and Vachery, well, nobody's quite sure where it comes from, but we think it might come from the French word for cow. I'm wandering down the track looking for some lost gardens. Okay, so what do we know about this place? Well, it was designed in the early 20th century, around 1902 and 1903, and it was part of Chelwood Vachery, as I mentioned. Now, that was a big country house. It had big gardens, and this was all part of it. But now it's been left to go wild again. It's owned by the conservators of Ashdown Forest, and it forms part of the access land here. The house is still up there. I believe that's apartments now. But the first thing that we come across is this bridge. It's called Folly Bridge, and the reason for that is, well, it's basically pointless, like many follies that we find around the countryside. It takes the bridleway underneath, and then it allows people just to walk over the top of a bridleway that crosses across the land here. Utterly pointless, just a decorative bridge that has been built. Well, I said it was a pointless bridge, but you can see the view here of the stream that is below me, and that stream is quite important for everything else that's going to be going on down here on the valley floor. And then just the other side of the camera here is the first of several waterfalls that we will see today. The two streams meet at that pretty waterfall and then form a bigger stream that heads down towards the lakes. So this is a bit of a curiosity. Not quite sure what these three pieces of stone are here, but this one has got a sort of rusty thing on it, some sort of attachment. If you've any idea what these are about, please leave a message in the comments below. So just here behind me is the top pond, one of the, I believe, fish ponds that they had here, and you might be able to see the water going over the edge there. There's a weir between this pond and the one below, and it makes a beautiful sound. All I can hear around me is the sound of running water, and let's have a look at the weir. So we can see the cascade at the top there with the sluice next to it, and then that obviously runs down and then comes to this little weir here as it runs from the top pond, which is just outside over there, to the bottom pond, which is just down here. So this is the bottom weir and the cascade not in use. I think that the sluice gate is too low, and then that is at the bottom of the second pond, which is a little bit bigger. So here we are at the bottom of the gorge. You can see the water tumbling down between the rocks, which, yes, apparently were brought in from Cheddar Gorge 120 years ago. I'm going to take a wander up to the top of the gorge, and hopefully we can see some Victorian engineering too that is still serving a practical use today. So I found the first thing that I was looking for. Marked on the map is hydraulic rams. Now, if you don't know, hydraulic rams are basically a free pump. When I say free, you don't need any energy to run them other than the running of the water. They're really clever, and basically they convert the flow of the river into a lift of water that can supply other things. This one looks a bit dilapidated. I don't think there's anything in it. If this indeed was one of the rams, there's a little like inlet or outlet just over there. Seems to be a ring in the stonework. But this brick thing with a grill over it doesn't appear to have anything in it, but I'm pretty sure this was one of the hydraulic rams. So if we look here, we are almost at the top of the hill. We've just got these 4 cascades to get on top of, and then we will see the pond, which is actually the spring that starts all of this. But in that middle tier there, you can see a lot of pipes that seem to stick out. Water not flowing out of them at the moment, and I believe that is part of the hydraulic ram which still exists. And I don't think you can hear it, but I can hear it pounding away, thud, 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 and I think it's going to get louder as we get nearer. So I'm up at that middle tier, and you can see that there's a sort of pond thing behind me, and it appears that there's some sort of water collection going on as well, and the pounding is coming from right beneath my feet, and there's a manhole there with another pipe sticking out of it, and that's where I think that the hydraulic ram is that is currently in use. So just behind me here is the pond that is the source of all that water that cascades down to the lakes below. It's the spring, it's the end of the line for this stream, or the start of the line, and it's where I'm going to end my walk today. It's been great visiting Chelwood Vachery again, not been here for several years, and thanks for joining me on this walk. I will be on another Sussex map mystery soon, so don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell so you know when the next video's out. Bye for now.